Right. We are nearly in place, I think. Hey, how you doing there? Okay, this is a new version of, well, it's a new version of this. Poison. Music's the same, but I wrote another 13 verses today to go on to the, wait a second. I got a glimpse of myself in the viewfinder. I keep looking there, I'm only doing this on one camera, so I better make this the safety camera. I like to have two cameras running, so somewhere down the line someone can mix the two together, you know. Get a decent sound. Anyway, so I'm going to try an acoustic version of the full version of Poison. The other day this was the shortest song. I think it was the shortest song. I never timed it. I Am the Law was a pretty short song of mine. I think that comes in 1 minute 19. I am the law. I am the law. That's from 1996. This was from 86. And I think the this clocked in at about 1:30. Like playing on barbed wire. Anyway, it's no longer my anywhere near my shortest song. The electric version I cut today wasn't too bad, but I guess this is going to run 6, 7, 8, 12 minutes. That's just the introduction. I'm going to continue to use the weird tunings. Thank you for your comments on that as well. Oh, I appreciate them. It's not my tunings you don't like, it's yourselves. It's not my fault your mama didn't hug you enough, but hey, you'll work it out. I'm not always happy with the tunings myself. It comes from being a street musician, you know, where you just had to, you know, if you're doing it all that time and you've only got one guitar in those days, you know, you had to mix and match it up, you know. So everyone was playing Mr. Tambourine Man and First Cuts the Deepest, that's another one that all the buskers used to play. A few used to play Lying Eyes. It was quite a new song back in those days, I guess. When did Lying Eyes come out? 76. We're talking 81 here for me, I guess 82, 83, somewhere around there. Wasn't 83 is when I met Sue and got married for the first time. Hi Sue, how you doing? I hope the decade's been kind to you. You're a wonderful person. What was I talking about then? Oh yeah, so you had to make it sound a little bit different. That's why I started fiddling around with the tunings. Some of it came around by accident because I was so bad at tuning the guitars, like I couldn't get them right. So we didn't have time in between them, you know. But you would find all these different things, and I like that, you know. So drive the band scatty. What the heck key is that in? Anyway, it never left me. A lot of things never left me. I have the scars on my memory to prove it. Should we just go on with the song? I'm not looking good. I'm going to cover my eyes up with, actually, shall I go side mic? Just to make the vocal even worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Poison in your bloodstream, poison in your mind, poison on your TV screen, it's gonna drive you blind. Poison in your headlights, poison in the rain. Poison in your churches, poison in your young, poison in your morals. Hey, can you spare me some? Poison in your ethics, poison in your schemes, poison on the pavements. You're selling people broken dreams. Poison in your actions, poison in your books, poison in your children's minds. Won't you take a close-up look? Poison in your posts, poison in your tweets, poison in your deals done on the corners of your streets, poison on your browser, poison in your kiss, poison in your leaders taking you to the abyss, poison in your scriptures, poison in your fake news, poison in the photographs that get 1 million views, poison in your marriage vows, poison when you pray, poison in your memories, infecting you today. Poison in your nights, poison in your days, poison in your nursery rhymes and in your songs of praise, poison in your mantras, poison in your edicts, poison in your government and the politicians you picked, poison in your doctors who kill more than they save, poison in your judges and their verdicts so depraved, poison in the water, poison on the beaches, poison in your war of faith and everyone it reaches. Poison in your charade smile, poison in your velvet glove, poison in your lust-fueled acts that masquerade as love, poison in authority, poison up in heaven high, poison in your charities and in your kiss goodbye, Poison on the subway walls, poison in your curse, poison in your hallowed halls, and in chapter and in verse. Poison in your powder pile and in the winter vein. Poison passed off as the latest style to fill your purse with green. Poison in your rose thorns and in your thank you notes. Poison in your friendship hands that go straight for the throat. Poison in your profits, poison by your greed, poison with your hatred of color, race, and creed. So that's the new. I thought, this is an awful picture on here, isn't it? I don't know what's going on here. Bitter Realities, I haven't done that one in a while. But every time I write a song, just like in the old days, you know, you do some artwork for it and everything, you know. Well, I realised when I started back in the early 80s, you know, just how prolific I would be. Well, I should have had some idea, I guess. And I still do now, so if I write a song, I do a cue card for it. Otherwise I would just forget it, you know. I used to have a list on the back of my, back of my guitar. My guitar, which is, I don't have the original guitar, but I've got my second guitar, funny enough, which was bought for me by the beautiful, wonderful lady. Would it be funny if I turned around and she'd been on the cue card there? There's 500 of them, so you can work out the odds. It was bought for me by my very beautiful first wife, Susan Llewellyn. I'm fairly certain she would have changed her name and everything now in all these years. And I think it wasn't our first Christmas together, it was our second Christmas together. Oh dear. And she bought me a guitar, because I'd stopped, you know. I've been in the army and I've been homeless and slumming it and, you know, taking odd jobs, normally in all-night cafes just so I'd have somewhere to be warm at night, you know, then I'd go and snooze in a library during the day somewhere on a park bench if it was somewhere, whatever. And I'd got run out of the town that I grew up in, and which was kind of them really, but you know, it was a bad place, and Sodom and Gomorrah were just like, man, and they say we're bad. Anyway, I thought, let's try respectability for a while. I got a job at a transport cafe, which is actually only a mile away from where I'm to now, 2 miles away, I guess. How your life comes back in ever decreasing circles. And I met this girl that was working there, and she wasn't in the best relationship. She wasn't being treated with respect, the kindness, and certainly wasn't being treated physically the way that she should have been treated. And we kind of got on, and one night, it was just like transport cafe from hell. I mean, every kind of dodgy deal in the world was going down there, you know, and everything. And, oh man. I mean, you're talking 1983 now, because I always remember what was on the radio at the time, and David Bowie's Let's Dance with it, where, you know, with that rip-off of Twist and Shout at the start. Let's and dance the blues. And I'm like, you know, well, you're the guy that wrote Drive-In Saturday. I mean, it's a good record. It's not a good song, but it's a great record. There's a difference between the two. There's a lot of people that have had million sellers with terrible songs because they can make great records. I had no interest in making records. If I got a good one come out, then that was okay. But you know, the song had to live for me each day on stage and everything, you know, and the performance of it really. Anyway, well, I go with it, you know. So yeah, and so we started. This thug that she was with got arrested. He'd stolen someone's wallet, and so the police came, carted him away, and he later went to jail. He got a tin. This is a true story, I swear. I haven't thought about this in 4 decades. And he got a tin, and he was going around people's houses in Yeovil. He was knocking on the door. Hello, I'm raising money for aardvarks for the blind, or whatever it might have been like, you know. And, oh, cool, well done, it's for a worthy cause, you know. But he knocked on some door, you know, he's you know, unshaven with the arse hanging out of his pants, and he's got like, I don't know, a Pepsi bottle, piece of sticky tape over it saying, you know, please give generously, you know, to the flatulently challenged or something like that. We're saving up to buy them some corks. And so he got arrested for that. Anyway, Susie and I were ensconced, and it seemed to be going okay. It was an awful job, but you know, we were happy. We had nothing, but we were happy. And well, we were certainly horny. And it came with accommodation, which is why I had to take this job, you know, because I needed somewhere to sleep, and I had to leave my guitar behind in Charlie, so I got out that day. I got someone to give me a lift up there, and the interview was like, you know, can you walk? Yeah. Are you going to steal from the till? No. You start in an hour. Okay, well, I had no socks. I came in with just one pair of socks. I had to walk 3 miles into the local village on the first day. This was a Sunday. On the Monday, try and find somewhere. I only had 2 shops, a post office and this old convenience store that looked like something out of the 50s, because it was. The sweets were in drawers, you know, and tobacco was in drawers and everything like this, and you sold cigarettes individually and everything like that. This guy, he must have been about 150 years old. He looked like the hermit in the Frankenstein film, 1931, you know. I wish I could remember his name. He walked with a limp, and so, you don't know him? Oh, okay. He didn't have a limp, he just liked to walk with one. John Lennon. Some people do anything joining the army. And lo and behold, he had a pair of socks, which is amazing, you know. Because the socks I had were these thick, you know, because I've been homeless, you know, you wear the thickest pair of socks that you could, you know, to keep your feet warm at night, you know. Sleeping in bus shelters, concrete bus shelters, as it was those days. Anyway, so Susie and I were ensconced, and then one night we got a knock on the door from Jenny, who I'd known before. That was an interesting sidebar, actually. And all the other employees there, and they said, I mean, they got through so many people there, you know. You didn't get through 2 days without someone leaving. I still remember the names now, Chris. And anyway, dum-de-dum. And everyone said, you've got to watch out, there's this woman called Jenny. She rules the roost in here, like, and everyone's frightened of her, you know. Don't go on the wrong side of her, whatever you do. Okay, and she's coming on shift at 2 o'clock because she does the 2 to 11 shift every day. And then 2 o'clock and Jenny walks in the door and she said, hello Paul. And I said, oh, hello Jenny. And there was this mass thudding of chin up, because I'd known her from Ilminster, which is where my father died and he lived. And gosh, that's something I haven't thought about in 500 years. And so but then we got this knock on the door from 11 o'clock at night. I think it was Jenny, very drunk. She'd come back from the pub and she said, if you want to see your jobs going up in flames, look out the window. Which is a dumb thing to say because our window pointed out over to Glastonbury Tor. So it was a lovely view, since decimated by progress and motorways. And that was the best thing about that job, first thing in the morning. But this Canadian guy, his name was Mike Diaz, so it's death with an apostrophe in. And he left the chip, because they never changed the chip fat, you know, from one decade to the next. And he'd had a chip pan fire, but he didn't think to put it out. He pulled the chips out, he put them down on the side. So of course the flames just travelled, you know, and he phoned up the boss who was in the pub down in the village and he said, we've had a little fire, but everything's under control. And like 5 minutes later, it's like the sack of Rome, like, you know. I mean, this guy gave Nero a run for his money, you know, playing fiddle while Rome burned. But he was cooking chips while the frying pan burned. That was the name of it, it was a frying pan cafe. I don't interrupt you, you don't interrupt me. My eyes about to give up. How the hell did I get onto all this? Oh yeah, so it burnt down. I took a job down here, which was my proper job. And oh God, what do I do now? I've got a proper job where I've got to get up. I mean, the thing about the transport camp, I like dog jobs, you know, because if you can do a job and people used to say to me, oh my God, why are you taking this job? It's so far, you know, beneath you and beneath your talents and what you can do. And the answer, because it was easy. If a job is that far down that you can do it in your sleep, that's quite a nice job, really, you know. It was okay, you know, I could make money other ways, you know. And so then we got to a place in Wincanton from the boss down there, who I've never really thanked, so thank you so much, Ronald Tucker, belatedly after 40 years. Ron, I gave him a hard time, everyone gave him a hard time, and so I guess I jumped on. He deserved a little bit of it, but he didn't deserve as much as he got. It was unfair. But we were basically children and stuff, and I never really had any time for authority figures, you know, to whoever it was, you know. If they had a manager, if it was in the army and they were called sergeant and stuff, it came from teachers, you know. It just got up my back since I was like 11 years old, and it still does now, like, you know. I just never like being told what to do, you know. If people wanted to ask me to do something, that was different, but you can tell me what you do, you got a lanyard on or a couple of stripes on your shoulder or whatever, you know. Anyway, because I never needed the money. This is what I've tried to stress to my children, get talent and everything, and they luckily do have them. Because now I could, or having come from where I came from, it couldn't get any worse than that, you know. Being homeless at 15 years old and scavenging around bins in the backs of supermarkets for food, you had to go some way to fall further than that, you know. And then when the guitar came along and I found I could stand on street corners and whatever I did, people liked it enough to kind of give me their money. What was I? Oh yeah, so Susie bought me a guitar, so I had a job, I had a beautiful girlfriend, I had a lovely house, we had 2 cars, and I had friends. And then Susie bought me a guitar for Christmas. And I think by New Year's Eve, it was all over, you know. I'd managed to keep it in, you know. I'm on this facade, going have to work every day, and even though it was a pain in the ass, I would do the job and do it well and everything, you know. And I just bought Bob Dylan's Before the Flood live album. And because I had a version of Like a Rolling Stone on it, and I thought it was going to be the studio version. I didn't realise it was going to be like it was. And of course it's even more powerful on Before the Flood. Well, I couldn't make out what the hell he was saying. This is a true story, for 20 years afterwards, in verse 3, I swear I thought the words were the Opium Band Play on the Hill. And I sang it that way whenever I did it. And one day I learned the words. And I don't know if that's what he was singing. I kind of like my versions. It's like David Bowie's Life on Mars. It's on the Merry Cast Auto Brow I used to sing. And about 5 years ago I found that he's singing It's on America's Tortured Brow. I prefer mine. So anyway, Susie, I'm not blaming you for buying me a guitar, but that's why. You know, and after that it was like, I don't know, I was champing at the bit, you know. Kind of wanted to bring the marriage to an end, I guess, subconsciously, just so I could get out and do what I wanted to do. The worst times in my life, the only times in my life things have gone wrong, have been when I put one of these puppies down. Faithfully, as it turned out, when I did it in 2011, sorry. Although it wasn't by choice, I had a cancer scare. This idiot doctor misdiagnosed me, thought it was cancer, and they carved half my throat out. A biopsy, and they botched it in Dorchester Hospital, the NHS. Jeez, as ever. I'm only going to take a little slice. 3 o'clock in the morning, I was screaming in agony, thinking, do you want morphine? Well, yeah. Anyway, so if you think my voice is bad now, you should have heard it for about 5 years after that. I had to learn to talk again, start right at the bottom, F sharp, bring it back up. Anyway, I've talked far too much. Let's go and do a second. I was only going to do this for 15 minutes while I was waiting for the Big Bang Theory to finish and Superstore to start. I'm going to do one more version of this and then I'm going to quit for the night. Peace and love, and thank you for your time.